President Trump's voters really want him to stop tweeting stupid stuff and actually start doing his job. Now, this is fun. Now, CNN recently talked to Trump supporters about his Twitter habits, and they had some mixed opinions. Of course, they say some of them said, yeah, it's a good thing. He's using this medium. He can use this to send out his message. But there's also a bad side. Well, first, I got a couple of clips, and let's play the first one.
How many of you know about the president's tweets or follow them through some sort of media?
Everyone in this room in Eastern Pennsylvania voted for Donald Trump.
Seeing more people involved, it's like a modern-day constituent letter. They're tweeting at their president, they're voicing their opinion, and they're more politically involved.
He feels that people are editorializing his commentary, so therefore this is his way of assuring that his message is going direct to the public.
Okay, so look, there's some reasonable things there. Like, okay, hey, getting your message out to the public, okay, perfectly reasonable. If you're president, you got social media, you can use that. Now, some other quotes here was from one of them, Eileen Wood from Pennsylvania. She says, I feel it's a great way to reach out to your constituents and create a give and take. Because people obviously respond to his tweets. Retweet the tweets. In general, I'm in favor of it. Well, okay, no problem there. Now, someone else said, let's see. Today, one of them said they like to keep up with Donald Trump's Twitter because, hey, we'll know what's going on, okay? We'll see what Trump did, what executive order happened. And, of course, that's the same person that said it's like a modern-day constituent letter. She also says, in some situations, it's an excellent thing because he's able to get the word out and perhaps get reactions and responses back. But at the same time, it creates the possibility of engaging your mouth before you've engaged your brain, which is really, it makes sense. It makes sense. So I agree. Okay, Twitter, good platform. You can use it to reach regular people about policy. Lots of politicians use it, and they use it fairly effectively. It's a great communications tool. And when you use it correctly, it's very, very effective at doing so. Now, the problem is, our president, President Trump, does not use it correctly. He uses it to tweet out ridiculous things. And now his supporters, well, they're not happy about this. Let's take a look.
What Donald Trump's doing is he's reacting immediately. He's not taking that. It's a knee-jerk reaction.
So does that concern you as the president?
Well, absolutely. He needs to tone it down and forget about Snoop Dogg, forget about Arnold Schwarzenegger. We don't really care about them, do we?
I don't. If you want to be the apprentice, step down, let somebody else run the country. He needs to be presidential, plain and simple.
Sometimes I think he overreacts and doesn't have all the facts before he tweets.
Like this tweet, how low has President Obama gone to tap my phones during the very sacred election process? This is Nixon Watergate, bad or sick guy. An accusation that is false.
I did see it on a major news channel network, and I remember the first thing I said to my significant other was, I don't believe you just tweeted that. Even if he felt that way, I don't think he should have tweeted it.
I don't like those tweets. I really don't.
He's using this as a medium because he doesn't trust the media. However, if you use that medium and lie on it, where does that put us?
Makes you no better than the journalists that you're assailing.
Show us the proof. Don't tweet it. Nobody got in that building and set up wiretaps in that building. He knows it. He won't admit it. And that's the kind of stuff that angers me. That's unpresidential.
Lifelong Democrat Scott McCommons says he went to 2 Trump rallies and was so inspired he crossed party lines this election.
Thank you.
McCommons says he now regrets his vote, even tweeting Trump, "Your Twitter rants are out of control. I voted for you to make America great again. Run the country, sir."
I will jump back on his wagon if he starts telling the truth and being honest with the American people.
Do you trust the president?
In what vein?
In general.
It's a simple question.
Simple question.
It is a simple question.
At this particular moment, I say I will trust him, even though he goes off half-cocked sometimes.
The good far outweigh the bad to me, so I'm thinking Trump 2020.
Okay, so there's a lot to unpack there. Now, something that wasn't in the video, Scott McCommons also said, the former Democrat or the lifelong Democrat who voted for Trump, said, quote, "I think he rants and raves. He doesn't think about it." Now he says, of course, thanks to the tweeting, his opinion of Trump has actually gotten worse. And so my favorite part of this whole thing, do you trust the president? Awkward silence. Kind of all you need to know. And yes, the video did pause for a second there. I noticed that. So if you're like, oh, you paused the video, fake news, whatever. Yes, there is like a 0.2 second pause. But also, the rest of that was actual awkward silence. In what vein? Says all you need to know. Look, these aren't liberals, right? These are his own supporters, his own voters, saying, stop tweeting bullshit. See, to people like Scott, you voted for Trump. What did you expect? This is exactly the way he acted during the campaign. You were all right with that. You were all right with that during the campaign. Now when he's doing it, what he said he was going to do, how he got popular, now suddenly not cool. Not cool at all. But no, this is the way he talks. This is who he is. You knew that. You voted for that. You built that. That's all I'm saying. You built that. Look, well, you know, he needs to go and talk about issues. I agree, he does need to talk about issues. But you know what? That's not his thing. He never talked about issues, not with any sort of coherent message. The guy talks the way he tweets. Bad, sad. That's how he talks. That's how he thinks. That's who he is. Everything's either a disaster or sad or tremendous or awesome. Come on. You didn't know this when you cast your vote? You didn't know this? Well, now you do. And now you're like, oh, golly gee, the crazy person that I voted for turned out to be crazy. Who knew? Who knew that would happen? Everybody knew that would happen. We told you that would happen. And now you finally get it. Jeez, Lord mercy. I'm sorry. I'm frustrated. And I understand these people. They're not bad people. They're not bad people. You can't look at the people in that room and say, you're a horrible person because you voted this way. No, I don't think that at all. I just think that they were mistaken in what they thought, what they expected from Donald Trump. Because it's obvious, and we told them. We said, hey, man, this guy's a charlatan. This guy's selling snake oil. He is not genuine. He is not a genuine person. They didn't believe it. They didn't believe it. And that's the frustrating thing. And look, I understand this election was basically a turd sandwich versus a giant douche. To talk, you know, in South Park terms, right? Now you're expecting a giant douche to stop being a giant douche. Well, that's not going to happen. So you got to understand, this is who he's always been. This is who he is. Okay, this is ironically the real Donald Trump. Now, your use of social media tells a lot about who you are. The kinds of stuff that you retweet. The kinds of stuff that you tweet out. That you say. You're essentially, social media is basically screaming into the public forum. It's taking your thoughts and yelling them into the street. That's what social media is. And what I see from Donald Trump is somebody who's a very thin-skinned narcissist who is not at all concerned about the truth. What he's concerned about are things that make Donald Trump look good. Now, there's something else that I found super amusing from this. And it wasn't on the video. Now, Trump apparently, look, he hates Saturday Night Live. Now he hates Saturday Night Live. He was on it before, and he loved it. Oh, he had the greatest time. He was promoting it, all that stuff. Now he hates Saturday Night Live. Sad, failing. But what's funny is that his voters don't agree. His supporters, when asked, they actually have a sense of humor. According to many of his supporters, Trump was wrong about SNL being unwatchable, and they actually liked Alec Baldwin's impersonation. One of them tweeted, he's got no sense of humor, referring to Donald Trump. Another one said, that's hilarious, humor at its best, and Alec Baldwin did a fabulous job. Now, I have a personal anecdote to add on to this. I've got friends and family that voted for Donald Trump. I've actually seen some of them share this SNL stuff and said, yeah, this is funny. I actually enjoyed it. Now take that for what it is. Anecdotes don't necessarily mean a whole lot. I'm just sharing what I've personally have seen. So the whole point though being, if you can't take being ribbed as president, because you know that's going to happen. I mean, I remember growing up and watching Conan O'Brien make fun of President Clinton throughout the whole Monica Lewinsky scandal. BJ McStaney dresses. Okay, that stuck with me. I used to stay up late watching that. And I'm like, ooh, how's he going to make fun of Clinton? Why? Because I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was funny. That's what comedians do. Right? That's what media does. If you can't handle that, maybe you shouldn't be president. Maybe you shouldn't be a public figure. That's all I'm saying. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.